This week, the president signed another idiotic executive order, this time separating the vaccines that children get instead of an MMR, measles, mumps, rubella, into three separate ones and making several vaccines, including COVID and flu, and HPV, I believe, making them all voluntary, I guess. Right now, kids get, the combo vax like right away. I mean,
Yep.
infants get it. Um, and every doctor worth his salt is saying this is stupid. Your thoughts?
Yeah,
Well,
and
it's
we
stupid.
talked.
Yeah.
Yeah, stupid is correct, but I can elaborate on that.
Yeah.
We talked about this has gotten so ridiculous that there are parents turning down vitamin shots for their newborn infants,
Hmm.
and that those infants, many of them, are having brain bleeds because they're not getting this vitamin that they need at birth. So the MMR that you mentioned, the history of that alleged link to autism goes back to a guy who wrote an article in The Lancet, and
Hmm.
it was proven to be deliberate fraud. He
Yep.
lost his medical license. So let's not lose track of where this bullshit is coming from. The man lost his medical license, was kicked out of the profession, even though he apparently still makes the conservative talk shows. That's where this started. That was 25 years ago that this was written up as a fraud and immediately debunked.
Hmm. And that's the autism part. And Trump at the signing was saying such nonsense. These kids are getting a dose of vaccine the size of a soda can. No, they're not. Every doctor, every pediatrician, every expert on immunology, you name it, is saying this is insane. But this is what we probably should have expected from RFK. Also, consider the fact that if you're a parent of relatively modest means, uh, this means several doctor visits and several copays versus one.
Yeah.
So instead of let's say I have decent insurance here in my retirement. We have about I think $35-40 copay when we go to the doctor. So multiply that by three, four, five different visits to get five different shots that you used to get in one. You're talking about a lot of money to some people. And will those shots be skipped? And we're doing all this in the middle of a measles outbreak. We are losing our measles eradication status daily in this country because of this moron who's in charge of HHS. The irony I find, Mike, is one of the people complaining was Senator and Dr. Bill Cassidy from the wonderful state of Louisiana. And Cassidy is the guy that put RFK there. His vote put
Yes.
RFK there. Bobby said, "Oh gosh, no, I'm not going to eliminate vaccines." Yes, he did. And Cassidy bought it. The other side of this is insurance may not pay for some of them because if it's not recommended by the feds, insurance has a loophole. They don't have to pay. This is bad all the way around. And we put this idiot in charge, this non doctor, this former heroin addict with a brain worm in charge of our nation's health. It's it's just nuts.
Well, but
That's my
let's not
speech.
lose sight of the fact. Yeah. And all of that is true, and I fully
Hmm.
back all of that. But I want to add to it that Trump himself has also been anti-vaccine in the past. So you can blame RFK for all of this, but there are other culprits involved here. As for Cassidy, it's the same thing with Susan Collins and voting for Kavanaugh because he said this in a hearing. They know full
Yeah.
well what's going to happen. They are
Hmm.
doing this out of political expediency. There is no shock on their side when the people do what they're longtime life record tells everybody what they're about to do. RFK Jr. had badmouthed vaccines and talked about eliminating vaccines forever. He gets up there and says, "Oh, I'm not going to do that one time," and you believe let's ignore the rest of his life? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Cassidy knew full well what he was getting into.
And the same people that will back RFK on this will blast Fauci for doing what everybody else in the world was doing in the middle of an outbreak. It is hypocritical in the extreme.